Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Thursday, July 11. We are just 17 days away from Ironman Lake Placid. It's right around the corner. I'm just about to start tapering. Tapering from what though? I have no idea. Working out hasn't been, workouts haven't been exactly wonderful the last couple weeks, but I'll talk about that in just a minute. The Sheila Treleaven podcast that I did a couple nights ago is now live. The audio version is live. I'll be putting up the YouTube version a little bit later on today, which, by the way, is not really, it's not active video. Like she's not in the studio doing anything. It's just sort of like I just put some static pictures in there. So, but it's just, again, we use the YouTube channel as sort of like another avenue. Just if that's the way you like to listen to the podcast, that's the way it is. I think having the actual video and having someone in the studio, that's kind of a bonus for us. But the podcast was awesome. She was a great guest, very knowledgeable and very, very fun to talk to. Just kind of one of those podcasts where, you think you're talking for 20 minutes, you look down and it's like 45 and you're like, woo, like, geez, that went fast. So, but we talked about a lot of stuff. She's a pro triathlete and she's got a great story. So check that out if you get a chance. Since we're on the topic of YouTube, number one, definitely hit that subscribe button. We could use the subscribers. We're at 89 or something like that. I know if we get to 100, we get our own URL. So it'll be like youtube.com/ordinary marathoner, which would be kind of cool. That would be kind of a cool little, little thing to get. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that helps us in search engines and stuff like that. Maybe we'll start getting a little bit more attention to our videos. I do have to apologize for yesterday's video. I uploaded the video and like 13 seconds into it, while I'm drinking my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, it just stopped and it didn't go further than that. It just, the audio went through all the way, but the video stopped. And I think I know what happened. As it was uploading, I actually removed the memory card from the computer, which had the video file on it. So I think I put it right back in when I realized, and it just didn't take. So I do have the file. The file itself has the video. It just, when it uploaded, it didn't go. So one of those things. I was going to try to redo it and re-upload it. And you know what? If I had someone to help me out, I probably would have done that. But it was getting late. I hadn't done my workout, and I needed to prioritize some things there. So we're going to move on from that. I'll leave it up there again. If you like listening to the audio, that's there for you. But if you like watching me drink coffee, that's great too, because that's all you're going to see. Moving on to training. Training. Yesterday was one of those days, again, I don't want to, it's like drama. It's not even excuses. It's just plain drama. And I have these windows of opportunity to work out, and it's kind of weird. So we woke up late yesterday. We were at the ER the night before till like 2:30 in the morning or whatever it was. So we let ourselves sleep a little bit later. Did the podcast, started working on the Sheila Treleaven podcast, which I had to do some work to upload. I had to pick up Sam at 3:30 or something. So it was like, I don't know. It was one of these things where I had some very short windows to take advantage of getting my workouts in, what I wanted to do. And I just kept missing them by a little bit. It's like, oh, here's an hour window. And I would say, oh, well, I kind of want to run 5 or 6 miles. So maybe that's not big enough. Let's wait until I have a little bit more time. And then let's wait. And it just was like, it was just one of those days. And Katie Mayo today on the Facebook group said that's why she gets up early, is get it out of the way so you're not agonizing over it and stressing it all day long. And really, that's what I'm doing, is I'm stressing it all day long, and I'm making excuses for myself not to do it in the moment. And sometimes the excuses are stupid. Like I don't want to change into like gym shorts, and I don't want to have to deal with the workout's going to take me an hour, and then I'm going to have to shower, and then I'm going to have to change, and then I got to go back. And so I really, even though I think I only have an hour, it's going to take an hour and a half, so I'll wait. Like stupid stuff like that. I talk myself out of it. And look, it's hard. It's hard when you have kids, and it's hard when you got to run around and do things. Even with the podcast, I would say I prioritize the workouts over the podcast, but it's kind of like I really don't in practice. In practice, I wake up, I try to make it part of my routine to come and do the podcast and then move into my day. But yesterday and other days too, it just hasn't been working. And, it just, whatever, just having trouble trying to find that time and get it into the routine and really get back to the routine. I was so good like 2 months ago, I was so good 2 months ago. Anyway, so last night it was about 7:00 and, I was going to do my run, and Stephanie and Sam came in and said, "Hey, let's go for a walk." And I'm like, that's actually good. I mean, I got to prioritize. That's like family. The four of us, me, Stephanie, Sam, Ellie, pushing the stroller. We walked to Dunkin' Donuts and got iced tea. And that walk is like a mile. Pushing the stroller, there's one hill that's really pretty steep, and pushing the stroller up that hill. I mean, look, it's not a replacement for a run, but it's not nothing. It's not nothing. So, in a 2-mile walk, I mean, look, it's not triathlon training, right? It's not Ironman training. You can't say, "Oh, I did a 2-mile walk," and expect that that's going to get you in shape for an Ironman. That's just ridiculous. But it's not nothing. And it's also family time for me. So I accepted that. And that was a prioritization that I made on my own. And we did, and that took, to walk that way, get and do our little tasks, it takes probably about an hour. Come home, gotta get the kids to bed. All that kind of thing. It's just, so by the time I kind of really, and then I came down here and I posted the Sheila Trelevin podcast, the audio, and I looked down and it's like after 10:00 and I'm going, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's kind of weird. Like I wake up and I have so much energy and I attack the day and I try to get things done. And then I just hit this moment somewhere around noon where it just kind of flattens out. And my desire to get things done just kind of wanes. It's like, maybe it's the caffeine. I don't know. Like that early morning caffeine, that jolt you get that sends you that energy. And then, if you don't keep it going or you don't, whatever, it just wears off. I don't know. Maybe there's something chemical to it. Beats me. Anyway, went upstairs. I changed into gym shorts and I just was like, I was going to do yoga and a run today. And I'm like, I didn't do either. So I was kind of, and I'm tired now, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, you know what? I had just read somewhere that someone made a comment like the best advice you can give your athletes as a coach would be to, if you have an extra hour, get an hour's sleep. Get an extra hour's sleep. And, to a certain degree, yes, to a certain degree, no. I'm sure at times that makes sense. But for me at this time, it's like I'm kind of in a rut. So it's like I got to battle for that workout. And on top of that, I'm sitting there thinking, you want to be a coach. Like I'm studying to be a coach. I'm taking the certification. You want to do this. But how can you try to motivate other people and have other people do this kind of thing when you can't do the same thing? Like you have to lead by example. And I always kind of believed in that. And too many people don't, right? Too many people out there, they think they're leaders. It's like they like calling themselves leaders. But they don't follow, politics everywhere. That's right. That's the case. But they don't follow their own set of rules, sort of. They expect you to follow the law, but they're corrupt as hell, that kind of thing. But as a coach, I think, the best way to show people who you're coaching how things are done is to do it yourself and to show them that it's doable, show them that you can do it. And if you can do it, then they can do it, right? But to give up on a workout because it's a little bit late and you're tired, like that's when you need to do it. And so I motivated myself to kind of get up and get moving. Now, I was on my way downstairs. I'm thinking, all right, I wanted to run 5 miles. I wanted to do yoga, but maybe we'll skip the yoga. And so I changed my mind and I said, all right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do like a 10-minute pre-run yoga routine if I could find one, and then do 4 miles. That was the plan. So I came downstairs. I found like an 8-minute yoga thing. Yoga with Adrienne. Yep, she's my girl. Did the yoga, and I tell you, I realized during that yoga routine that I probably haven't done yoga in like 3 or 4 weeks. And man, again, remember we were talking yesterday a little bit about consistency with strength training. I think it carries over to pretty much everything. Let's be honest. But it definitely carries over to yoga because I was off balance doing things that I remember doing pretty well a few weeks ago. And I'm kind of off balance a little bit. And I mean, granted, it was late. I was tired. Give myself all kinds of excuses, but there was definitely, it felt like I kind of lost a little bit on the yoga front. So when I went to the run, I really wanted to kick it up a notch. And, I'm like, I really got to push myself and see where I am. So I dialed up the speed a little bit to do a run that I've done in the past. It wasn't like it was something brand new, but I definitely pushed myself in terms of speed. And I started about 6.5 miles an hour. And every half mile I ran, I kicked it up, 0.1, a notch. And, I did that every mile until mile 4. And even when I hit mile 4, I felt really good. I felt like I still had some in the tank. And so I pushed it a little bit more. And I got to like 4.25 miles at a pace that was pretty fast. I think my blended pace was about 8:47, 8:46, which for me is good. And that's all relative, guys. So, you got people like I don't know, Ben Hinton, who's probably his pace would probably like 5.5 minute miles. And others' pace would be like 12.5 minute miles. So just because I use a number, don't be like, oh, he's bragging, or I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that that's my number, and that's my exertion level. So when I do an 8:47 mile for 4 miles, that's pretty good. That's about my best. I probably have done a little bit better in the past, but 8:47 for me, I'll take it. And to kick out an extra quarter mile at the end, it felt even better. Just a nice positive workout for me. I got off the treadmill about 11:30 and showered, went to bed. Again, you get to bed late, you got to wake up early. So I'm kind of off with this 5 o'clock, wake up at 5 or 5:30 in the morning thing, and I got to work on that. And if I get my workouts done early in the day, I'll have time, but I just haven't been doing it. So, and even so, when I look back at yesterday, 10-minute yoga and 4-mile run, that's not Ironman training. It's just not. Ironman training is like 2-3, for me at least, it's at least 2 1 hour plus workouts a day. And I just haven't been doing that lately. And I'm hoping I'm doing enough to maintain my fitness. And, obviously in 17 days, we'll get the answer to that. Moving on to today's workout, we got up a little bit late today, I had to get Ellie to daycare. I had to get Sam to her camp. She's doing a Photoshop camp at Holyoke Community College. And I got to tell you, she's like very social, and she's always like she likes to be with her friends. She knew nobody at this camp. There's probably about a dozen kids in the class. And it's like it's a full day. It's a 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock camp. And so her mom dropped her off on Monday, and I was super nervous about it. Cause this is a camp that Stephanie found, and I was like, yeah, we're going to make her do this, cause it's something productive. Something that she's learning, as opposed to just being on her iPad all day or being at another camp where she's just socializing all day or whatnot. So I was so nervous she was going to hate it, but she loves it. She absolutely loves it. So I had to drop her off this morning. Dropped Ellie off first, and then went to go drop Sam off. And we got there, and it was pouring rain. No umbrella, no jacket. Sam's in flip-flops. I'm in sneakers. And I'm like, and the parking lot is like, it's a good probably 300 yards away, which is a nice little walk in the morning if it's a nice day, but it's pouring rain and we got nothing. So I'm like, all right, Sam, we're in the parking lot, so you gotta be careful, but let's hop to it here a little bit. So we ran. She's pretty fast, I gotta tell you. I was keeping up, don't get me wrong. She's 10. I was keeping up, but we got to that front door. I was panting. I was tired. And then I had to run back in the rain, which was amazing. So that's what I've done this morning. That's my exercise. It doesn't count as a workout though. And my Garmin says I only took 1,350 steps. So that was all a dead sprint today. Anyway, I don't know. Stephanie and I have a lot of things on our plate this morning. Just a lot of, again, eating that elephant one bite at a time kind of thing, where, we're working with Team Ordinary. We're starting this concept, and we're going to talk to somebody today about printing shirts and some other nice stuff, little swag, for you guys. And, very excited about this. I'm so excited about so much stuff, and I just, for whatever reason, can't find that time to work out. So hopefully that kicks in. I mean, geez, I only got really just through the weekend, and then I'm kind of done. Long run, long bike, and then I'm I'm tapering. And then when I'm tapering, then we're going to really focus on this Team Ordinary, along with a bunch of other things that we're working on. So a lot of little tasks to do today. And hopefully we can kind of get them done early in the morning so that I'll have the afternoon open. It's pouring rain outside right now. I think it's supposed to clear up. I'd love to get a little bit of a brick workout done. If I can get in the pool today, that would be excellent too. So that's kind of the plan. It's like potential pool if it stops raining. And that would be a good day to go in the pool too, because no one else will go. So it'll be nice and empty for me. And then get in the gym, hit the bike, and then follow it up with a short run. That's the plan. Hopefully we get it done. I hope you guys are having a good week. It is, we're over that hump. It is now Thursday. So, start planning your weekends, your weekend routines, your weekend workouts. Figure out where you are. If you're on vacation, figure out how you're going to get that thing in. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do this weekend. So hopefully we'll be all set and all ready to start those tapering weeks and be ready for July 28th redemption race. We'll get after it. So remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it today, guys.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.